Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Monday. OBS, the OBS update. Dukasoft, Cyril, thank you so much for the hat redeem. Cyril, thank you for the hats. Duka, Cyril, I got your hat right here. Cyril, this is your hat. Dukasoft, thank you for the hat redeem. We got two hats right off the bat. It looks like the Firebot OBS are not working. Maybe I can update my Firebot. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day. If you're hearing a little something, I'm recovering. I was supposed to go on vacation last week, and I ended up getting very, very sick. I was sick. I still feel a little bit. I'm doing much better. Did you get crowd strike myself? Maybe. No, I tested positive for the coronavirus. So I did have coronavirus, COVID. I'm feeling a little bit better the last couple days, but I was in bed essentially almost the entire week, so I ended up not going anywhere. Is that why the commands are not working? The commands are not working. It seems like this related to the OBS update. Yeah, I've had COVID several times now. This time is definitely I don't want to say the worst, but one of the worst times. This is the first time it's affected my taste and my smell. Like, I can't taste anything, but it's so wonderful to see all you people. Infinitani, welcome back to the stream. Dukasoft, it's wonderful to see you. Falonier, welcome in. Sorry that the here commands are not working. Let's see, can I even give you guys points? Points, add all. 1,000 points to all you beautiful people. Look, I can still give you guys all points. Good, here. Thank goodness we got work from home. Yeah, I'm on summer vacation, so I actually don't have any work at all, luckily. But sadly, we did not get to go on a trip or anything. Hope you'll cover fully soon. Me too. I'm giving today a try. We're seeing how it is going to go today, so we might end up ending a little bit early. We'll see how my nose, my congestion, we'll see how my throat goes. We got some tea with us today. We got some, what's going on there? Oh, just a little dirty cup, I guess. I didn't get, there's a little bit of a tea bag wetness left over there. But we got our Two Nerdy Nerds cup. It's so wonderful to have everyone here. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Bodai, Intense Code Snabble. Great to see all you beautiful people. Joke Code, thank you so much for being here. I'm having a beautiful day so far. I've been dying. I haven't touched my computer in essentially a week. I've done very little. Been popping in and out on some streams, but yeah, the plan was go camp and have a good time. I'm going on holiday next week. I'm tempted to mask up when I fly. I have been, ever since I've acquired a massive number of masks, I typically wear a mask when I fly anyway. Not just for myself, but to help other people too. Make sure, there's a lot of germs that go around the airports there. But yeah, Zaft, welcome in. Dukasoft, Jolt, Cyril, thank you guys so much for being here. Grumpy, thank you so much for the raid. I'm assuming anything that turns on or off an OBS source is broken. Let's try Grumpy. Yeah, so all my different sources are not getting turned on and off. No, I don't think it's, did anyone get CrowdStriked? I didn't. I want to see if I can get an update for Firebot. It looks like the latest version of, where's the update button in Firebot? Is there not an update? Updates, let's go check updates. Firebot is up to date. Oh man, that's super annoying. It says it is all up to date as of March 24th. I wonder, yeah, all my bot stuff is messed up. That one, like a bunch of the variables and stuff related with OBS connection are not up to date. Can I downgrade OBS? That's the other option. Can I go back to the previous version of OBS? That might be the easiest thing to do here. Have a nice stream day. My name is Woody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm gonna have a beautiful stream. It's gonna be great. We think same things. Yeah, I'm wondering how easy it would be to downgrade here to the previous version. I normally don't update like that. I usually test it out, but I update like it. That's a bummer. Let's see. Can I downgrade? Let's take a quick look here. Downgrade OBS in 29. I want to go back. How do I downgrade an earlier version? The videos of downgrade to OBS 29. Going to and upgrading OBS, opening 29 element guide, going back. I'm also just back from vacation today. Infinite Coder, great to see you. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. We're gonna see if we can go back in time a little bit here and see if that'll fix things. So we're gonna end up restarting the stream here in a little bit. Corfless, Great to see you. My bot's a little bit busted. Looks like we have some OBS tie-in issues. So that's one of the ones that connects to OBS to see if we're actually streaming. And so it's a little bit broken. Passed your course. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, we're going to try downgrading. Let's see, OBS 29. Let's see if we can go get the previous version. If you would still like to support the OBS project, so this one came out. Can I go back to 29? Because I'm pretty sure it's on 29. Yeah. 29. Well, that's not how. 29 dots. Is there no OBS 29? Can I not go back? The other option would be to look Firebot OBS 30 is not working. That'd be the other thing. Complex commands and Firebot tutorial. It's a super bummer. Coax, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on this head. Thank you very much. I was hoping to do, thank you for the bonus hat. We got one hat. 2 hats. Let's get a second hat. By the way, Coax says, by the way, Cap the Coder, can we code it? Cap the Coder, yes we can. Today I'm spending 500 speed up. Great, hopefully I'm getting a 500 speed upgrade. Is that your internet? 500 up, 500 down. Very nice. Glad to hear it. Michael, our here command is broken. Our here command is broken and I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe we could look in here. Here's my Firebot. Let's go look at here. The metadata is busted. So I think what's happening, there's a command, there's an event that I believe happens when the stream starts. Firebot is first started. I think what's happening is the first viewer data is not getting reset. This is not triggering here. Bad Cop, I would like to Godot, but Firebot is busted with the latest OBS update. So I'm trying to think, I might need to go back a version in OBS. I don't know what I'm doing. None of my commands work. Any video related command is broken because of the OBS update, it looks like. And I kind of want to figure out how to go back a version. Because none of my commands, for the wrong reason. Firebot is on fire for the wrong reasons. Hey there, Captain and chat. Hope you're doing well. Dragon Spirit Games, I'm doing wonderful. The hat command is working. You know, that's super weird that the hat command is working. Thank you for the hat. Am I gonna have to just go back and fix all those? So the fact, thank you for the hat, that audio is coming through on the hat tells me something. See hat. Because this is actually changing OBS sources. No, this is playing a sound. This isn't doing anything with OBS. That's what it is. Dev Mashup, I actually didn't go on vacation. I got super sick. So I actually just was in bed for the last week, essentially. Welcome into the stream, Dev Mashup. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. We're gonna do our best here. Maybe we just hop into Godot and I'll figure out all of the channel things later. Super annoyed here. Rio, I'm so sorry. It's busted. It's busted. It's broken. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. I know. Maybe build a new stream bot in Godot. No, let's not build a new one. It's the, yeah, it's all broken here. Dramulks, it's busted. No, daily doesn't work. Nothing works. Yeah, nothing seems to be working. It seems to think, hang on, let's see if we can figure it out. Let's see if we can figure it out here. It should check. Yeah, this variable is false, is what it should check. This is broken. Let's see here. Otherwise, this says you already claimed your point state. This is what's going on. This variable here, I think, is broken. Let's come up here. Conditional effect. The new version of OBS is like causing issues here. Okay, so we got that in our daily. Let's try first. The first command. All right, someone try here. There we go. All right, here should work. First isn't gonna work because it's a slightly different one. Okay. And that's there's gonna be so many problems with that because now it says that you can do it with the stream not on. Is gonna be is an issue. All right. So this variable here is OBS is on, is streaming, is broken. Well, it looks like you're feeling better. I'm doing much better, Dev Mashup. I'm feeling much better. Thank you so much for checking in with me. Having a beautiful day here. Dramokes, Rio, Dev Mashup, Dragon Spirits, Bad Cop, Michael, Coax, Corfless, Infinite Coder, my name is Witty, Snabble, all you beautiful people, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Here's the downgrade if you need it. I'm wondering if that will even work for me. Because it's not turning on. It seems to not be connected to OBS properly. All right, let me take this link. I'm gonna bookmark that. Tawny, thank you so much. I feel like this might cause even more issues. If you would like to support OBS, yeah, so I might go back to this previous version if I can't get this to work. Here, let's double check one more thing. So we have an event here. Let's go into our, should be one called Sus somewhere, Stream Elements. I have so many events. Currency, or is that under commands? Is this sus command here? All right, so it's a sus command here. Let's come in and see what's going on with it. Toggle. Corpless, thank you so much for being a crew member for so long. Change visibility. No OBS. So okay, so it's not finding my OBS. It's saying overlay connected, Twitch connected. It's not connecting to OBS. That's interesting here. All right, setup wizard. Uh-oh, maybe I do this off stream. Hang on, let's blur it. The blur command doesn't work. Hang on, I can't blur. So down in the bottom right, it shows Twitch connected, overlay connected. Usually this is if OBS is off, this will usually yell at me saying it's not connected. But yeah, no, it's not able to talk to any of my OBS things right now. I'm wondering if, I really don't want to restart OBS, but we might restart OBS here. Let's see here, overlay, URL. They might have changed the API, yeah. We might have to go back in time. I'm surprised, because didn't the 30 update come out recently? Change version on my Unity project, so I don't have all those new versions installed. Good, yeah, so I have had that issue before as well, where I have a bunch of different things installed there. All right, here, let's try this. This is gonna break everything, I bet. Hang on. Scenes, export. Oh boy. Streaming to. All right, I'm a little nervous. We're gonna try not to break anything. My sources work though. If you're on version 30, okay, and your sources work, then Firebot's just not connected properly. Firebot's being off. Let me try something here. I wonder if I need to restart OBS and that would work it. Let's double check here. Overlay. The overlay is what Firebot uses to display images. Overlays on. Sure. Yeah, Firebot's not connecting to OBS. Firebot has a case of the Mondays. Yeah. It's not detecting my OBS. That's weird. Does anyone know? We need CDY here, or CYK. CYK, where you at? You know, you're our resident expert in all things Firebot. I don't know why it wouldn't be talking to OBS. This is really frustrating. I got to figure this out. So on Wednesday, I'm going to be streaming over on Godot Official. Godot Engine Official. I'll be streaming there, doing some Godot stuff. I would really like to have this figured out by then. Open connection panel. All right. Yeah, I'll be streaming there. So I really got to get this figured out by then. I'm sure I'll be able to. Oh, this is infuriating. Sidebar control, chat and events. Here held. No, thank you though. Jeez, Godot engine, yeah. Still working on my hotbar issue. Well, not an issue, but it's taking longer. Good, don't worry, Cap. You'll do great. Two nerdy nerds, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. I can't connect to OBS. Is not communicating with Firebot for some reason, and I don't know why. And we're trying to figure it out. Integration, OBS configure. Here we go. I bet this is it. I bet I did something special with OBS here. Hang on, I found the OBS things. I bet this is going on here. All right, hang on. I might have to here. Let's go to. We're gonna go here. I'm not gonna manually blur. I'm just gonna keep myself on my face here. Freedom. I think I might have found it. Let's make sure that we're connected. Enable login for OBS errors. Okay. Am I connected to OBS? Edit. Where are my settings? Are there not? Advanced. How do I connect to the API? Dev Mashup, thank you for the hat comment there. I do my best. When people ask me to wear a hat, I wear a hat. Where is that setting? Tools. Help. Where are you? Thank you for the pat, Corfless. We'll get some pats on top of this stack indeed. Check for updates, restarting safe mode. Thank you guys for bearing with me in these trying times. I appreciate it. Where? I bet I look really funny just staring at the screen at you guys. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. Stream. Output. Advanced. I'm not sure. Does anyone know? You always look amazing, Captain Dragon Spirit. No, you. I often set up the stream thing on stream because I can stream and not stream at the same time. So does anyone know? I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to find my WebSocket settings here in OBS. I don't know where they are. I don't know why I can't find them. Does anyone know how to find the WebSocket settings? Help. Tools. WebSocket server settings. There they are. All right. There we go. They're not under settings. My guess is that these passwords are different. Let me try a thing. It appears that an output is currently active. She wanted to show connection info. Yes. Okay. All right. No, still can't connect to it. How do I need to have it tell me it requires OPS 8 or the OBS WebSocket? I didn't even know there was a WebSocket settings. Yeah, for Firebot, for some reason, Firebot's not talking to this properly. Let me try this. Enable web server socket. It's not enabled. There we go. Yes. Okay. Okay, we're almost there. What a nice mug I have today. It's true. It's one of the best mugs. Yo, here we go. Here we go. Yes! Success! We got it. We got it, folks.
3 minutes for Captain Coder.
Yes, for Captain Coder. We did it. We did it, folks. All right. Now does my blur work? There we go. There we go. Now we can blur and unblur.
Pay attention.
All right. So now we got to go fix the here command because to fix the here command, we had to break a thing, and I'm never gonna remember. What a tight dumber sneeze. That was I have a little kill switch that I managed to tap there. I have a little bit at my throat. That was a cough. All right, folks, for being here to witness this momentous occasion, points at all. 1,500 points to all you beautiful people who stood with me through this great trying times. Whew, we did it. We did it. Dev Mashup, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on the stack. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Why would they disable the WebSocket? We got another hat here. Got another hat. So the trick was there was a button I had to click to enable WebSockets in OBS. Apparently the update disabled it, but we got it. We figured it out. We figured it out. I'm glad I didn't downgrade. I would have been really sad. All right, 30 minutes in, here we go. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I want a Godot today. Thank you for the sus Dev Mashup. We were working on our twin stick shooter in Godot. Oh, fun fact, everybody, fun fact. Captain Coder's Primordial Jungle. I won first place. We won first place, what I should say. Fox Hollow Jam. We got first place in the Gauntlet track, which is super exciting. Super exciting. Also, award ceremony on Saturday for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I know it's been a while, but we got all of the judges' votes tallied up. We have winners for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam coming up on Saturday. So I hope you guys are excited for those award ceremony on Saturday.
Seems good.
Oh, I gotta fix that command. The nice command. We gotta fix that up here. Let's go into our commands here. Nice. Nice. Unfortunately, Farron is no longer streaming, so we don't have that emote anymore. So we do have a nice. We're gonna have to find someone else to host that emote for us. What's a fun animal, Dev Mashup? What's a fun animal? Yeah, because we used to have the Captain Coder Nice emote, but Farron unfortunately no longer streams, so we'll have to find someone else to host that for us. Or switch it up maybe with a capybara. The capybara is like a giant rodent, right? Not giant, but a large rodent. Oh, I spilled some Earl Grey. All the way, capybara is pretty cool. Capybara all the way, hooray. Yeah, so the game we're porting over to Godot. This game here. Early for Earl Grey. Yeah, we got Earl Grey. We're not drinking coffee today, but we made, this isn't the game. This is like the Unity version. Our game won first place though, so I'm super happy. Relative of the guinea pig. Yeah, it's like a big old guinea pig, capybara. Super cute animals. I've seen them at the zoo. Look at that guy. Oh yeah. Look how serious, this one's real serious. Hey, I was napping. All right, so we're gonna Godot it up. We're gonna get some Godot going. We're gonna open up our twin stick shooter here. We'll bring Kawaka as a friend of the Cappy. I haven't heard of the Kawaka. All right, so where were we last time? Uh-oh. We did it, folks. This is what we had last time, apparently. We're in the process of making this. So we have our character, we have some enemies, we have our character here, not animated, but we can shoot these bullets and we can hit the enemy here. And it's on controller, no mouse controls yet, but the enemy sort of follows us, and if we hit them, they disappear. You know, you can have a Cappy as a pet in most states. I did not know that. I did not know that. How do they do with dogs? That'd be my main question. How do they do with other animals? Because that's always a scary thing. Oh, let me make sure my intro works. Hang on. We gotta make sure the intro works. Hang on, folks. Here we go.
Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions. He loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you be in the world. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Monday, folks. We did it. We made it. We got in here. Captain Coder here. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day on this beautiful Monday. Any day I can wake up first try. That's right, Corpless. First try today. Go wake up and code. It's a beautiful day. Toddy, you already got your points. It's not broken. It's not broken. We fixed it. It actually is slightly broken because it's going to let people do first. Now you're going to be able to do first without the stream being on. So now it's really broken. But we got it. Photo Gaming, first try indeed. Zaft, we made it. Welcome in, everybody. I hope everyone's having a beautiful. Thank you, Dave, so much for sticking with me through those trying times when we figured that out. We're going to hop in here. We're going to learn a little bit about Godot. I want to do some Godot animations today. I want to see if we can animate. Oh, why is that so laggy? Or is that laggy? Or is my zoom? Oh, for some reason the zoom was just zooming in really very small increments there. Kawakas are super cute. I've never seen a Kawaka. Here, let's see. Try not to booze me. Let's do a Kuwokas. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. It's almost as cute as a chinchilla. Look at this guy. Oh my goodness, this thing can't be real. This thing can't be real. Look at that. Even with the blur on, look how cute it is. Even with the blur on, you can tell how cute this thing is gonna be. Look how cute, even with the blur on, you can tell. Look how cute this thing is, even with the blur on. It's super cute. Look at that guy. Oh my goodness. That looks like a stuffed animal. It's almost as cute as a chinchilla. You guys have seen chinchilla? Chinchilla. I don't know, it might be cuter than a chinchilla. Chinchillas are super cute too. I make a cat like Kawakas. Yeah, I never seen a Kawaka before. Super, super cute animal there. Oh, wow. Yeah, today I want to play around with doing animations in Godot. Also, folks, be sure to follow, shout out Godot Engine Official. Let's make sure we get that right. I'll be streaming over on Godot Engine Official on Wednesday. So be sure to give them a follow so you know that you'll know how to find them. There. But I'll be over there on Wednesday streaming it up. We're going to be learning about Godot. We're going to be doing an educational Godot project. I'm going to be designing a class project in Godot, which I'm going to be hoping to use this coming year. Poor rats and getting all the hate and chinchillas getting all the love. Oh, I grew up with rats, too, nerdy nerds. Rats are awesome too. The rats are some really good pets. They're super loyal. They're super cuddly. All right. So, yeah, I want to go ahead and animate my player. And we're going to go into our player here. Wombats are mad cute. That gamer, welcome back to the stream, Wombat. I feel like I've seen wombats, but I can't picture one in my head right now. Let's do a quick look. Wombat. Oh yeah, look at those guys. Look at that wombat. Look how cute that guy is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We need some more animals in this stream. Imagine we bring it as an mortal wombat. All right, so one thing I want to do, we're going to add in an animator. We're going to add in an animator to this. We're going to add a child node, animation player. Okay. Animation tree, a node used for advanced animation transitions in an animation player. We might want to look at animation tree. I haven't used that before. I'm going to look at the animation player for now. I don't think we have super advanced animations. Something that I'm really curious about. I imagine we'll need an animation tree in Unity. This is me just saying from my experience with Unity and how animations work. I've not used the animation tree yet either. So if you want to have two animations play at the same time in Unity, you use what are called animation layers. And you can say, well, this animation adjusts the colors of, so for example, my player getting hit causes the player to flash white. But I can still move at the same time, and those two animations need to play at the same time, but not affect each other. They're using the same components, but they're animating in different ways. So I'm imagining the animation tree is that, because I want to have two different animations play at the same time. So I'm gonna have to look into that to understand it, but the animation tree sounds, based on what my programmer intuition is telling me, is that the animation tree will allow us to do that, have two different animation players doing things using what are called weighted values. So which animation is going to get priority? Can they play at the same time, even though they're affecting the same thing, but using different components of it? We'll see. I haven't used it though. But we're going to add in an animation here. See if I can remember how to do all this. Animation player. Animation tree, we'll use it to playing a running animation without physics. Have you ever seen the corals of the Indonesian islands? I have not. Yesterday, me and my mom watched a documentary about the islands. Ooh, like the coral reefs? No, I have not. Horrifully, Indonesia was mentioned. Correct. Well, the Indonesian islands, which I'm assuming is part of Indonesia, but I don't actually know. Current animation. All right, let's create an animation. New. We're gonna call this move. Okay. And the idea is we want the legs of our Triceratops to move here as this happens, right? Excuse me. So what I want to do, I click off of this. I want to add in key frames for my legs in here. Okay. So right rear leg and left rear leg. Okay, so these are the things, these sort of need to move in here. So I'm gonna add in a key here. Create. So my question is, if I move this up, and then I move this, so the idea is this needs to come forward. All right, there we go. That's like sort of what I want. So this leg, we need to make this sort of animation happen here, where it moves forward like that. Very, very slow. So we'll have to adjust the speed of it at some point. But I want to have these, I'm going to do everything sort of at 1 second here. Making an animation on animations. I don't quite understand Corpus. But the idea with this leg is the back. So when you're walking, if you were to watch, let's go look at like elephant walking. Can we get like an image of an elephant walking here? So you'll notice the top part of the leg sort of moves forward, like at different speeds. So if we watch how they move, how legs move, it's sort of the bottom will move much faster than the lower one, and then sort of come over the top of it a little bit. So we want to think about that motion, about that movement here as we do this. So as this is coming forward, when it stops, this bottom part's going to move a little bit faster. So the bottom, it's sort of like in the right spot there already. So we got to figure some of this stuff out as we go along. But this is the type of thing I want to be able to do here. Let's add in another track for the bottom part of this leg. All right, so we have the tracks here. I've never done this, so we're gonna play around and see if I can figure it out. Technically, it wasn't about the islands that people were trying to find a devil ray, but featured a group of islands called, I believe, the Ramutke. Interesting. Be right back. Hang on, don't go anywhere. Oh, and we're back. Sorry, I don't know if I muted myself correct. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me. There it is. I see it over there in the little audio visual thing I got going on there. All right, we're back. Okay. So that's going to go forward. This leg here, let me think here. We gotta make this look okay. And I'm hoping that I can adjust the speed of this later. I'm hoping adjusting the speed of this later won't be too difficult. Before this back leg comes forward, the bottom part of this thing needs to be sort of back. Elbows, knees, and toes. Exactly. So this bottom part here should actually be kind of be moving across like that at a slightly different rate. So we're gonna put this here. This is gonna come across and then it's gonna match up at the top here. Something I would like here, I guess it's not too hard. Let's see what's happening. If I click this, there we go. It sort of like locked that position. And we're gonna come forward. The bottom is gonna swing across. I want to move on just this axis. There we go. Come across faster, like that. Then we lock it in there. So we have this motion like this, and then it stops down there, and we're gonna slide it back. So we sort of have like this back and forth motion. I think this needs to be further back here. Go ahead and lock that in here. So we have this step, boom, there we go. So we have this sort of like this walking motion like that. Something else we might, it looks all right. We also, I think, need to have it so it turns out like hips kind of sway as you're moving back and forth. So it's not just going to be static back and forth. They need to sort of be moving in and out. But let's get the other limbs moving as well. See if we can get it looking okay. And then we'll adjust the speed of it on there. So like add a little loop to it. Oh, it needs to go back. I thought it would play, hang on. So we need to come forward and then we'll want to come back to that spot there. Can I have this do a ping pong effect? Is there a ping pong? Oh, that might be it. There we go. So that's sort of like the animation movement that we want here. Make them more procedural. Time for inverse kinematics. No, we're not going to do that. All right, Dev Mashup, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for hanging out. Keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime, Dev Mashup. Have a beautiful day. But yeah, they need to move in and out a little bit. Tawny, you want me to set inverse kinematics on this? I don't think I need that. There's no body joint. There's no body joint. There's literally just these two components. There's no hip joints on this particular body. Did you hear stutters? Did I stutter? Maybe. If I did, I don't know. I could have stuttered. Could have happened. Okay. So the legs sort of move opposite of each other, right? So on this side here, Let's come in to this front. Let's add this in as a backline here. This is 2D. Habuka, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you. Happy Monday, my friend. Hope you're having a beautiful day. This is 2D. Indeed. All right, we'll add a the back leg here like that. All right, so and as this one's moving forward, these ones are going to be moving backwards. So I'm just going to be clicking there. And so this front leg is going to be moving back. I just want to grab just the arrow. There we go. Move this one back here like that. And then this one, oh, make sure I click it in here before I miss it. And then this one is going to move back like this. Okay. There we go. So it's not quite right, but it looks okay. So you'll notice it's like the hips going back and forth, moving back and forth a little bit here. And having them move in and out a little bit as well. Corfless, thank you so much for hanging out. Keep being awesome, my friend. Have a beautiful day. JD, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Happy Monday, my friend. How the heck have you been? Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you have power again. Learning new things from this is my first time using the animations here in Godot. I really think they're pretty cool. Pretty cool here. Now let's do the front legs as well. So we're gonna add those in here. So right front leg like this. So let's add in our keyframes in here. And the front, it's not quite true, but the front, I believe, let's look at this. Let's look at the video again of the elephant walking here. I believe they sort of are, yeah. So they move on these animals, they sort of move at the same time. So the two left side and the two right side are gonna move together here. So we're gonna have the left and right side move together, the right sides move together, and the left sides move together on big animals like this. And then what's interesting, if you're running really fast, so animals that gallop, it's the front legs move together and then the back legs move together. But if they're just sort of walking, the legs move side by side. It's kind of interesting to do that. I'm going to be posting a tutorial on animation trees soon. Awesome. We were just talking about animation trees. I'm not quite sure how to use them just yet, but I have some ideas based on how I've seen animations done in other programs. My thought is that it lets you do multiple animations at the same time based on some weightings, but maybe we'll have to watch your video to find out exactly how it works. If give you a few hours, I might be up. I don't know if I have a few hours, JD. We're doing this right now. We're doing it live. But we'll find out. I might have a few hours. Okay. Ironic Moronic, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. You can go crazy with animation trees, as in that you can do some crazy things or that they will drive you crazy. That's the question. They'll drive you crazy or you can do crazy things with them. Let's add in a keyframe here. Can I pop this out? That'd be interesting. And there's this onion skinning. Ooh, I like that. I like to be able to see that. That's cool. I hear a song by LL Cool J, doing it live. Maybe I'll try this method for enemies since I simulated every movement on Sprite. It takes a lot of time. Yeah, so this is a nice, in my mind, easier for me than doing a frame-by-frame animation drawing. You could do like a little bit of both, so you could swap it out a little bit. I always just end up making my own solution for animation states because I hate the way Godot handles the animation tree parameters as strings that I don't know of any better way to do it. We'll find out. We'll find out when I get there how I feel about it. All right, so these are going to, I'm going to add this in here. These are going to be moving in tandem. All right, and then they come up like this. Let's move that front leg up. Like that. And this one here comes up a little bit as well. All right, so this is the animate. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with this front one up here. And we can make them move a little bit slightly off from each other as well. And Fuernex, congratulations on your number 14, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. Can somebody confirm that animation tree.parameter.is walking equals true is non-existent? And if you use strings of property path. I don't quite understand the question. I should tonight be working again on Pirate Software Game Jam. Nice. Really cool theme. I don't know, I really like the theme. I decided not to do Pirate Software Game Jam for a couple of reasons. I was going to be on vacation for the first part of it. And I just done two game jams, so a little bit exhausted on that front as well. All right. The theme made a lot of people quit. I thought it was a really cool. That happens in every game jam, though. It's one of the reasons I decided in my game jams to try and keep them optional. Also, folks, Infinitani has been working on a Godot overlay. Be sure to give Infinitani a follow. Check him out. Click that heart. Working on getting up to affiliates. So if you want to check out a great streamer, go check him out. Infinitani, how have your streams been? How's your Godot overlay going? How's your Godot overlay? I added these in the wrong spots. All right, let's make sure we're at the start of the animation here. When we add these in like that, create, and then create here. And then I want to go over here as well. Create and create. Okay. So this one, we're going to move it back here. And then the other leg, we'll move it back here. Oh, like that. All right, so that moved, but I didn't move this one. I didn't actually mark that frame there. So let's go ahead and move that in like this. There we go. So now we have this sort of walking animation that we can put in a little bit. Has a little bit of a sway to it. It's pretty slow. I'm wondering if we can change. Wondering how easy it is to change the speed on this based on our movement speed. Or if we have to manually come in here and select these, we could also just move it down to 0.5, or it's at 0.4. Let's try that. Well, and then we'd have to say that the actual animation is only, how do I tell it that the animation ends here? How do I tell it that the animation ends here? Does anyone know? It's my first time using this animator. Set time to 0.6. I'm looking for where it says time. Where it says 1. Here. Okay, so I'd set this to 0.6. Gotcha. Or 0.4 in our case. Am I not at 0.4? Oh, why is 0.4 here? How is this 0.6? I don't understand that. Why do you have to set it to 0.6? Why is this 0.6? 0, 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotcha. I want this to be, let's move it in a little bit more. Let's try 0.5. My guess, what I probably really want is, because it's going to be based on your the player movement. The speed here is going to, and I want to have like a multiplier that modifies how fast this is playing. So I'm imagining that's another thing I'd have to do with the tree there as well. Thank you guys so much for helping me with that. All right, so we have this move. It's not perfect, but we're going to get it in there. We're going to see this. I feel like the legs need to be moving a little bit differently, but this is good enough for our prototype here. And then we can play around with that animation as we go. All right. So the legs, so I feel like the legs are out a little bit too much. A speed scale to control the speed of the animation with a multiplier. I'm hoping that's what we can do, is have a multiplier that we modify. I'm wondering whether or not we have to do that with a tree or not. All right, so I want to add another animation in here. So we're gonna add in a new one. This one's just to be idle. And what I would like to do, I should have done this one first. I should have done this one first because it seems I've lost my original positions on all of these things, which is a little bit sad. A little bit sad here. Because they were positioned correctly for the idle position before. It should have asked you to create a reset animation. Oh, okay, let's check that out. Reset. Perfect, perfect. There's my reset. All right, now I'll go to idle, and now we'll add these in here. So let's add them in like this. Boom. Boom. Add in each one of these. Works very similar to other animation software I've used. This feels a lot like Flash. If I was to compare it with Unity's animation editor, it feels about the same, pretty much the same as Unity's animation editor. Setting, at least as far as this goes, we'll see how animation tree goes and transitions. Unity has a state machine that you can use to set up how your animations work. So I want to be able to transition, and this is where I'm saying animation tree is probably that. We have that here too. Okay. So is that what the animation tree is, or do I have here animation tree state machine? Okay. So we add in a node if we want to use it. Okay, so do I add that as, let's see here, add child, animation tree. All right, so would I add the animation tree, or do I add in, is there something else I would add here? State machine, I don't see that. It can be a sibling. All right, we're adding an animation tree. All right, and then this is basically no root animation node for this graph set. Tree root, all right. I might need to look at a new tree root. Tree root, assign the player. Animation player. And then we have an animation tree. Okay. New root. So I'm wondering whether or not this should actually be this here. I should probably go look at some documentation for this. Tree, Godot, just to make sure that I'm using this properly. So do a state machine in the root. Making a new tree root, you probably want the state machine. Docs are always the way to go. I think it might make sense for you to read this just to understand a little bit better. With Animation Player, Godot has one of the most flexible animations that you can find in a game engine. It's a big claim. The ability to animate almost any property in any node or resource, as well as having dedicated transform Bezier function calling audio and sub-animation tracks, is pretty much unique. However, the support for blending those animations via animation is relatively limited, as only a fixed crossfade transition time can be set. Animation Tree is a new node introduced in Godot 3. To deal with advanced transitions, it supersedes the ancient Animation Tree player, while adding a huge amount of features and flexibility. Creating an animation tree. Before starting, it must be made clear that an animation tree node does not contain its own animations. Instead, it uses animations contained in an animation player node. This way, you can edit your animations or import them from a 3D scene as usual, and then use this extra node to control the playback. The most common way to use animation tree is in a 3D scene When importing your scenes from a 3D Exchange format, you will want to, okay, so I'm not necessarily doing it in a 3D scene, but let's see, create a tree. There are 3 main types of nodes that can be used in animation tree. Animation nodes, which reference animation to the animation player. Animation root nodes, which use to blend subnodes. Animation blend nodes, which are used within animation node blend tree as a single graph blending via multiple input ports. To set a root node in animation tree, there are a few available types. This is interesting. So I probably wanted, all right, so here, let's go ahead and clear this. I probably wanted a node state machine or a blend 2D space. So what's interesting is I do want to have an animation that is going to make my, when I take damage, it needs to play a different animation. The state machine should be the root. Okay. So create a state machine. Okay. So we have this here. Very nice. Inceptionize them, and I want to be careful not to do that too much because there is, as you add stuff like that, complexity grows. And so, man, my whole shtick, I think though, as a programmer, as a developer, you want to manage complexity, and so we want to try not to do too complex. Add animation idle. So I'm imagining that we can do. How do I connect these? Let's see. Connect nodes. Like that. Very cool. I'm finding the controls a little bit unintuitive here for moving these around. That's okay though. And here. All right, so I don't necessarily want to do that. So we have idle. I want to add, this is cool. I'm gonna add in a move. I don't necessarily want to come from idle. I want to have a trigger. If you have the select tool, you can shift drag between nodes. Okay. So I can hold shift and drag. See, I don't necessarily want to, I want to have, you can add parameters to triggers as you would in Unity. Okay. Do we have, very strange to connect these. Not strange, different than what I'm used to. It's different than what I'm used to. It's one of those things where I'm expecting things to work a little bit, or similar to previous tools that I've used. I want there to be, is there such a thing as an any node? Let me ask this question. I would like to have a node called any state that I'm able to put triggers off of that to transition to other nodes. That gamer, that's how everything feels, right? So as you learn a tool, it becomes more intuitive because you start understanding how the developer, how the users, how the program wants you to use it. So the person who made it had a specific workflow in mind. I would like to have an any state that says I can always transition. So I would like to always be able to transition to move or transition to idle by calling a trigger that just says set idle or is idle, or idle, move. That's what I would like to be able to do. Let's keep reading here so that I can understand the different ways we can do this. An animation blend tree. All right, I don't really want the blend tree right now, currently. Maybe looking at Google Images could help also, Two Nerdy Nerds. I'm mostly wanting to understand state machine travel. Let's see if we can look at our state machine. State machine.travel. The state machine must be running before you can travel. Make sure to either call start or choose a node. Or maybe just looking at state machine. Controlling from code. Let's see if we can find state machine. Contains multiple root nodes as children in the graph. Each node is used as a state and provides multiple functions to alternate between states. Let's see if we can go read about state machine. One shot. Node will execute a sub animation and return once it finishes. There's some cool looking stuff in here. After seeing the request and changing the animation playback, the one shot node automatically clears the request the next process frame by setting its request value to animation node one shot request none time seek. This node can be used to cause a seek command to happen in any sub children. Time scale, blend space 2D. I like these things. There isn't a transition telling it to travel to a node, teleports it to that node, I think. There isn't a transition telling it to travel to a node, teleports to that node, I think. You've always used idle as the any state, that gamer. I might do that, but that means that I have to return to idle, question mark. Does that mean I have to return to idle? So like if I'm in move and I want to go to charge, from move, I want to be able to just travel, go through all those things it goes through, IRC, or is that what I'm remembering? Find a better way to teach me. So I can show you, I'm not saying that I want to do it the Unity way, but my brain is saying, well, in Unity's animator, I would have a trigger. And I have a thing called any state that lets me transition from that based on everything. It can't. If there isn't a transition back to it would teleport in that case. And I'm okay with the teleport. State machine. This node acts as a state machine with root nodes as states. Root nodes can be created and connected via lines. Welcome back, Dev Mashup. States are connected via transitions, which are connections with special properties. Transitions are unidirectional, but two can be used to connect in both directions. Immediate will switch to the next state immediately. The current state will end and blend into the beginning of the new one. Sync will switch this next state immediately, but will seek the new state to the playback position of the old state. At end, will wait for the current playback to end, then switch to it. Okay. Transitions make everything more complicated. They can, yeah. So I'm wanting, this is why I'm wanting to have sort of a single state here. Switch mode is a transition type, see above. It can be modified after creation here. Auto advance will train for better blending, advanced condition, X fade time, priority, disable. In Godot 4, in order for the blending results to be deterministic, reproducing and always consistent, the blending property values must have a specific initial time. Okay. Is there an any state? Root motion. I'm familiar with what root motion is. Controlling from code. Okay. So, yeah, so we start. So I'm wondering if, all right, let me try. All right, we'll do a shift here. This one we just want to go to. I'm curious if I can just switch to these things. I'm wondering, yeah, I'm not seeing Godot animation state machine any state. Wondering if there's something like this. Start idle. How to use state machine. Godot animation allows you to manage more complex. One useful feature is the any state node. Okay. See more. If there are two dimensions, can't you just go to them directly? I want to have this any state node. I'm wondering where this is coming from. Or if this is some sort of, this seems to be beings. Let's go to Google. Godot any state node. Mab! Wonderful to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. That was weird. Why? There it goes. All right, that was interesting. You know, in Unity, you can add a variable for each animation, then access the variable in the script and use different animations that way. Yeah, so I'm trying not to do it necessarily the Unity way, but trying to understand the Godot way of doing it. In Unity, I would use a trigger. So I just want to trigger that transitions between these. And so I'm wondering if there's an any state node. So in Unity, or in not just Unity, in a lot of animation tools, in their state machine, there is an any state node. If we're doing this tomorrow, I would have a video for you, but you're not, so I don't. That's okay, JD. We're figuring it out together. I mean, if you're familiar with it, I've unpinned your vacation message. Thank you so much for unpinning it. Yeah, thank you. I didn't even realize it was up. It wasn't showing up for me. Yeah. Let's go ahead and close some of these. Like this. I have a node-based state machine. So I have the state machine. I don't want to end up in a case where I have all of the different states transitioning between each other. I would really like to have, and I suppose then I have to come back to my idle. Everything would have to come back to the idle state. And I'm wondering whether or not Bing was hallucinating. Godot animation tree. And JD, if you're familiar with an any state node, you could tell me about it. All right, just have an any state node. The better you get, the harder it is to get better. You can always start a node inside an animation node same machine by getting animation playback, even if the node isn't connected with anything. Okay. I just want to clarify, so locomotion, a different state machine from my root, like I'm putting a state machine in a state machine. To a pre-showcase on your Discord before the main showcase in August. Let's go. Let's go. How's your progress been going? It looks like there may not be an equivalent to this. You know, that knows, not necessarily want to be connected. One more reply. That was just a piece of code I'm using in a project. In Godot, you can have nested animation machines or blend trees, and blend so you can go deep. You don't need to have that set of just correct object. You can get the playback properties from the section of animation and copy playback. This isn't quite what I want. Because I want to be able to do the triggers. I can do this. All right, so I can do this. We go to move and then back to idle. Like that. So we can have this. This one would basically be a switch only if, so I need to be able to add in a condition. Return to idle kind of looks like a chain when you're done. Yeah, so I have found that doing these triggers work really well to keep my animation tree very, very simple. So the question is, you know, can I add variables? How do I add variables in here as well? Condition, expression. Yeah, so let me go read some more. Let's read the documentation some more to understand our state machine a little bit better. Blend tree, because I'm state machine. So I want to have a transition that basically is if it has the movement, if there's a movement to it. The hotbar is causing me a little trouble. That's trouble via code. If you're talking longer, set up import the texture dynamic visibility selection of each hotbar item. So that gamer, I used to do that as well when I was doing Unity stuff, and I kind of learned a little bit. As I was learning more about the animation system, I found this particular flow worked a little bit better for me and reduced a lot of the complexity. I'm not seeing Godot animation state machine transitions. transition. I'm wondering, I want to understand what expression to put in here. So I kind of want to have like an is moving. Do I add variables to my animation tree? How to do those things? Should I put it on my player movement behavior? Is it listening to this? I don't understand how to do it yet. And we can go, I want to find Godot animation state machine tutorial. The animation tree has a advanced expression parameters. Here's sort of, I want to add in parameters. If you set that to your character, you can put expressions in there. The animation tree has an advanced expression base node property. Okay. Advanced expressions. Oh, but then it would be based off a single node. Advanced, it's this one here. Advanced expression base node. The average goob, happy Monday, my friend. It's great to see you. How the heck have you been? Folks, be sure to go check out the average goob, incredible human being, streamer, developer. It doesn't have an is moving. I can add one in. We can add one in. It's based on this movement behavior. So I can add in a thing here. I'm probably gonna add in something called like an animation helper that we set variables on, or it listens to things. I could put it on my player. I hate that I can't drag that in there. Animation tree, rather than doing this, click this, and we can make it our player here. And now you're saying that in my, I do like that. I think you're saying now I could put my expression in the condition here. I could do like is moving. And this is gonna check for a variable called is moving that happen and do a Boolean check on it here. Let's try it. See if I understand that. Do an export var is moving. Just like this. Ashran gets a new parameter. If you type something in condition, the animation tree gets a new parameter. Okay. So that was not what I was trying to do then. Animation tree. So this has a parameter now. Okay, so I can interact with that if I wanted to do it this way. I see. And this one would be like an advanced expression where I could do is moving. And this is now would be coming from my player. Is that correct? And ironic, thank you so much for the help. I appreciate it. It's like a manual versus auto kind of thing. Okay, interesting. On how you use it. Okay, I'm curious. So now if I was gonna turn on is, and of course I spelled it is moving. That probably only works at runtime, so it's a little bit harder to test it here. It works in the editor. Okay. Rather than doing is moving, this is an expression is moving. Would I have to do like player.isMoving? So I have it using, just to understand this, have it using player. Would I have to do self.isMoving? Let me look at this one more time. True is moving. So this variable It's off. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. I had it off. Well, it wasn't turning on, so I just wanted to make sure that that was the case. Like this. Let's do this one. Is moving. So we can do some interesting things here. So what I'm noticing, Hellbound, Axel, is it Axel? Hellbound, welcome to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a beautiful Monday. Happy Monday. Great to have you here on this beautiful Monday. We are... all right, so if I go to 2D, we see we're here. I go to my player, turn that off. I don't want it to just snap in there like that. I do want it to transition. And so that would make this, I want this to sync, right? Time to crossfade between state and the next. 0.5. Thank you, Dev Mashup. It's all right. There we go. So it like sort of brings it to a halt there. And same thing with when we're starting up that movement. We'll make this do a 0.5 fade time. So it's like a quick fade time in there. So when we start up, it doesn't just like snap into it. It like slows into it, slows out of it. All right, there we go. Okay. I like it. We have a little bit, I'm understanding a little bit more. I still feel like I would love to have like an any state node. I could make my idle sort of my any state, but it's interesting to transition between them. Let's look at how the code fills to this. I'm gonna have to turn this is moving on and off. I am curious about how this is evaluated. So one thing that it's kind of interesting here is I imagine this is getting evaluated every frame. And not that performance is the most important thing to think about right now. One thing that I do know with if I was using triggers or the way I want to use it is have a trigger that says start move. Start idle, be able to trigger these things to turn on and off rather than having this variable that's getting checked. So it's like doing this polling to see, should I change this state? And so if you have like lots and lots of animations, every frame, I am curious. I don't understand how it works, but I am curious to understand how it works here. All right, so in my player here, my is moving is actually a getter. And let's see if I can remember how to do a get. I'm not sure if this is how we do it, but really it's just a getter here. Not all code path return true. Okay, and so basically a full 3D creature with a bunch of different animations then connecting all with an animator in my game will be tedious. It could be. So I have found you can do a lot of the, at least when I've done stuff going from Blender, so doing my animations in Blender and then pulling it into my game editor, that game editor usually pulls those animations in, and then it's a little bit easy to set up the transitions. This is where like having lots of Booleans feels like it might be a little bit awkward, but really this is going to be based off of our player movement behavior here. So I'm kind of feeling like I might want to have my player animation variables. I'm going to create a, you know what, I'm going to add a new node here. It's a basic node. It's going to be a behavior node. I really want to create a thing called behaviors here as well. And I'm going to call this my animation behavior, player animation behavior. And this is going to have these variables in it, so it's not sort of linked together in this way. So I'm going to add a script here. Let's go into my player folder. Let's create a new script, player animation behavior. And it maybe should be attached directly to my animation tree. I'm not sure. Player animation behavior. And really, I just want to have this in here like this, and it's going to be referencing our other behaviors. Enjoy your workday, Dev Mashup. Thank you so much for hanging out. Good luck with your day. I hope it's a beautiful one. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Okay. So is moving will return true. This really is going to be based off of our player movement. Let's make this a unique node, our movement behavior, and we can pull this in here like this. And let's create a var on ready var movement behavior. Player movement behavior, and it's just going to be this thing. Oh, come on. Oh, really? All right, well, that's fine. Player movement behavior like this. Okay. Tommy, welcome back. And our movement behavior, move. Apparently I spelled it wrong. Movement behavior. Let's go look at this. We want to know if our body, oh, I guess this should be body then. All right, let's see. What are we moving? Body.look and slide player.velocity. So it's this that we actually care about. Our player. So in our animation controller, this should actually be our player. And player. And this will be %player. What we return is the player.velocity.magnitude. Do we have magnitude? That length greater than 0. All right, so if we're moving, we have a velocity. If the velocity is greater than 0, we're moving. Otherwise, so if we're stuck against something, we're not moving. If we're not moving, let's try it. Let's see what happens here. Hang on, I suspect this isn't connected correctly. All right, hang on. This is not actually connected. I got excited. Our root should actually be our animation behavior, which we haven't actually connected. So this is going to be our player animation behavior. It's super interesting that you can set this even though there's no setter. That's super interesting to me. Kind of cool because we can probably test some things out in the scene here. Animation behavior. 2D, if I go to my animation behavior, yeah, except now it's still, I was worried it wouldn't let me test easily this way. That's kind of cool. All right, so now the question is, okay, we have velocity doesn't exist on player. It's the character body. That camel case, thank you, let's fix that. Let's fix that. That's my C# brain kicking in. Let's do this correct. Let's do it the GD way. Thank you so much. Let's fix that. Thank you so much for calling me out on that. I need it. I need that. That is important to do things the Godot way. My C# is showing. Is moving. Velocity instead of, yeah, tell me, instead of what? I really want to have a trigger transition. We could do a velocity is 0 procs or not 0 procs. Length should be the magnitude. We really shouldn't be doing not equal to vector 2.0 for what it's worth, Tani, because those are floating point values. Doing not equal to vector 2 is interest, not equals with floating point stuff. The real issue seems to be something that's really interesting. The velocity is... So my question is player null? So doing compares on 0 is usually kind of okay. Yeah, so it's like, do we have a null coalescing operator in GD script? So I want to say if player otherwise return false. This is sort of what I want to do. So do we have a null? Do we have the null coalescing operator that I can do here? Is you are saying we'll set this to not return player and not player is that. All right, so this does not do what I want. So the question is, what value are we getting here? What value is coming out? Print player. All right, so I'm getting null over and over and over. Player is always null here. Did I do something incorrect? Oh, this needs to be like parent. What is the owner? That's what I want this to be. There we go. Okay. There we go. So we got a little bit of an animation going on there. I do want it to be based off the speed. The God of Hats, David Winston's, welcome back. JJack Studios, wonderful to see you. It's specifically because this is the root node, so I can't name this %player. So it's actually the owner node of this. Solomon, let's get a hat on this stack. Thank you so much for the hat, Redeem. We are about to take a break. Thank you so much for the hat. Let's do it here. Captain Enosa, great to see you. I'm doing wonderful. So wonderful to see all your beautiful people here on this beautiful day. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 11 hats deep right now. 11 hats deep. All right, so we can take this printout. So I was worried about this. I really dislike this. So I do dislike this part here. This is getting called every frame. And I don't know how I feel about that. I am curious. Does anyone know? Is there a way that I can do triggers here? Can I set triggers? Say a thing that says set a trigger to do. I'm glad you're smiling, JD. Thank you so much for giving out those JDs. Doling them out. Ooh, Woger, welcome into the stream. Mode only has a disable and enable, which I don't know what that does. And this is, Zach, this is just me coming from Unity, knowing that Unity's animation controller has something called a trigger that I can say, oh, set that trigger. And so it doesn't have to pull this variable every frame. Instead, I set a trigger and it just says, no, but how did you hook up the parameter to your script without using strings? I put it here in this expression. So, and it's using this variable here and here. Yeah, check that out. Check that out. You're gonna cry. Yes, I just put an expression in here. I told it that it needs to be using this script here. So this is the object that it uses if I'm doing an expression. So this is okay, but if this calculation was expensive, also if I have lots of things doing it, so if I have all of my things on the screen being animated, it feels excessive to have 100 or even 10,000 things checking some Boolean every frame, when in fact I just could have something trigger it, say, oh, switch to this transition. That said, there could be a way to do this, and I just don't know. Yeah. All right. This is okay. This feels pretty good. I do have a little animation in there. Let's get a commit in. This is my first time getting an animation in Godot. So my Triceratops has a little bit of a swagger to it now. Looks kind of like it's ice skating because it's the speed of the legs, not quite the same speed. I'm wondering if I want to change it so that they move in a different cadence, which is sort of what I did in the other one, but we're gonna leave it for now. Let's get a little bit of a commit in here. Let's save. We've done a lot of work so far. I don't know if I have one of these here. Let's see, dgit captain coder org cd. I don't know where this project is. Hang on. This is in, let's open in file manager. What's my path here? Twin stick shooter Godot. Okay, twin stick shooter Godot. Okay. Open up this project. Thank you for bearing with me, folks. We're not going to update that now. Git status, git add, git commit -m, feature, add basic movement animation to player. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get myself some more tea. I'm going to hydrate. All right, let's hydrate. Soren Alba, thank you so much for the follow. Soren Alba, thank you for the follow. Thank you for following me today. Infinitani, you have to remind me when we get back to do that, because I got to get myself some more tea, get myself some more water, and then I'm up for a round of Q-list. It's a perfect time for some Q-list. But remind me when we get back. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back. Did someone give me a hat while I was gone? I swear I heard the hat sound go off. We do have a round of Q list going on. Tani, thank you so much for redeeming Q list. Man, can you tell I haven't streamed in a while? First time streamer here, folks. First time streamer. All right, folks, let's get our document cam going. We're gonna play a round of Q list. Thank you so much for the redeem, Tani. For anyone who's not familiar with Q list, let me get my camera over here. I'm gonna leave it. All right. Just in time for a quick break. That's right. And it's unassuming viewer. Thank you so much for the follow. G, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're gonna get this going here. We're gonna roll these dice. All right. We're gonna shake these dice. We're gonna roll them. The goal with Q lists is we have to. It's kind of like Scrabble. It's a solitaire Scrabble-esque game, where we have to take all of these letters, combine them into a continuous grid. They have to all be connected. Right here like this. We have two vowels. The rule is they have to be valid words, right? So they have to be valid words, and they have to be words that are at least 3 letters long. So BE is not a valid Q list word, but bet is a valid Q list word. So they have to be all at least 3 letters long. So let's see if we can put this together, see if we can find a combination of these letters here. We want to avoid things like beat, B-E-A-T. This one's hard because now it's difficult to come off of these 2 vowels. Since we only have 2 vowels to work with here, it might be a little bit challenging. So we want to try and come up with, I like to try and, can we come up with a long word? Ooh, we don't have an R. Beware is what I was hopefully going to do, but we don't have an R here. Delay. We could do delay here. And I'm open to suggestions as well. Tani, where are you at? Where are you at? You know I'm not good at this game. I need the power of the crew to help me with this. Delay. We could do pay, vertical. Ooh, there's 2 Y's, which is tough. Pay. All right, now we got to use all of these letters over here. Way would be another one. We could do a W here instead, right? B-E-W, went, do went here. Want, we could do want there as well. Want. Gwent does not count. Gwent is a, if it's a Scrabble word, it counts. Scrabble word count. Gwent, I don't think is going to work here because that is a proper noun. It's the name of a game in a game that became its own game. We could get close though. If we cheated with Gwent there, we could. We could bent. We might need to come up with a better middle word. We might want to start over here. We might want to start off with bent here instead, or another word, bent. Bent. Is this how we spell Bentley? I don't think Bentley is spelt this way. That would be a super good word. Let's see if Scrabble lets us do. I don't think Bentley is even spelled that way. Played. We could do played. P-L-A-Y-E-D. Played is not bad. Played is not bad. Weld. W-E. We'd have to take the L off here to do that. I do like went. Weld woodwork. Bay. Oh, we're super close. This G is killing us. Web. Web. Here. Gantt. It's Gantt. Gantt has two N's in it, though, doesn't it? Gantt, like a Gantt chart. Nat. Is natty a word? I don't think natty is a word this way. Gate. I don't know if I've heard of gate that. I know nat is a word. Webby. I think at the very least we need a second B, right? It's not a word, Cap. Got it. Plated. Plated. We did plated. Nah. Yabe. Tangy. You is a word. Tangy. Tangy. We could try tangy here. Gent is okay according to Scrap. Yeah, gent is a word. Gent is a word. We'd have to take this T out here. Bang. Bang, I like. Uses up that. We're still in this place where we have these lots of Y's here. Lots of Y's here. Bangy? Hey, let's check. Is bangy a word? It's something that it making a bangy sounds. Tangy with played? Tangy? Ooh, tangy with played might be work. Tangy? Ooh, there it is. There it is. Played, tangy, and web. There we go. Tangy is not valid. Oh no. We're gonna double check it here. Tangy is not valid, or was bangy not valid? Scrabble dictionary. Okay, Scrabble dictionary. I think we got it. Let's double check. I'm pretty sure it's a word. Tangy. Tangy is a playable word. We did it, folks. Tangy, played, and web. Thank you guys for helping me with this. Tawny, thank you so much for the redeem. Let's get this, add this to the Hall of Fame here. Yeah, I was thinking bangy should be a word, right? So it's like something that's I don't know. Adding a Y to the end of things should make it, all words should be able to have a Y added to the end of it, right? Let's add this to the Scrabble Hall of Fame. Sorry, not the Scrabble, the Q-less Hall of Fame. See if we can get this nice and focused here. Leonard, what music is that? You see Leonard? Oh, the real book right below? Yeah, I'll pull that out if you want to see the real book there. It is a music book. Copy this to clipboard. Give me just a second here. We're going to add this to the Q-less Hall of Fame. And I'll show you my book. So for those of you who don't know, we do have a Q-less Hall of Fame over on the Discord. You're welcome to join the Discord, of course. Of course, but there's our Q-less Hall of Fame. You can find all of our not all of them, but many of our past Q-less games, the ones that I remember to put in here. Thank you so much for the redeem, Tawny. Folks, for helping me finish that points. And all 500 points to all you beautiful people. JD, want to know what music book is down here? Let me pack this up. We'll put Q-less away. Tawny, thank you so much for that. I thought crimple was something else that probably isn't crimple? Crimple, it's like crushing, it's like crumple. It's like a crumple. To crimp, so you take a piece of paper, you crimp it along the edge. So you take it, you bend, fold, spindle, mutilate, you know. Good old adjectives. Those are adjectives. This is the book that's here. We got the volume 3 of the real book. The real book here. Yeah, so that's what you're seeing here. By Leonard, was the Leonard Publishing, How Leonard Publishing Company here. Yes, Hal Leonard, very, very big name in music. But yeah, it is real. This book is real. It's the real vocal book. Look, it is. You can see it. It's real. It's not. This book ain't no fake book. You're facing a bit of a dilemma now that I have an overlay in Godot. I want to react. I want it to react to commands and stuff, right? And there's voice in my head that keeps telling me to recreate the entirety of Firebot. Look, that could be a fun project. That could be a fun project. But yeah, I was writing some music. I was playing some music the other day as well. I've been sick, so I haven't actually been doing much of anything. I've been in a daze. I've been asleep for the last. I slept like. It's crazy. I feel really, really rested today, but that's because I slept like 90 hours recently. You use StreamerBot for commands like that? I haven't used StreamerBot too much. Yeah, folks, also be sure to go check out JD Does Dev. Folks, don't forget JD Does Dev, Godot Dev out there. JD does YouTube tutorials as well. If you get a link to your YouTube, feel free to drop it in there for us, JD. But yeah, give JD some love, folks. Give him some love. All right, let's see here. Did you stay away from ticks? Yeah, I did. I don't have ticks. I have COVID. I tested positive for COVID on Wednesday. I got really sick on Tuesday. We were supposed to go camping, and I ended up not going camping. Oh, that tea's good. Got that throat coat. Get my throat nice and moisturized. Moisturize that throat. Goes great with lime. Oh. Thanks, JD. Thanks, JD. Yeah, I don't partake in the imbibement, but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Thank you for the link to the YouTube. Yeah, if you guys want to go check out JD's YouTube's been releasing Godot stuff. All right, so let's add in an animator for our Neanderthal here now. So we're gonna add. So we have a little bit of a movement. It looks like we're ice skating, which is kind of cute. Kind of cute. It's something. It's not nothing. Got a little animation in there. We got that committed. Let's go over to our Neanderthal now. And we're going to add in an animator to our Neanderthal now to let it go as well. Chatter avatar working on Godot. Very nice. Very nice. I try and keep mine. I've thought about adding more stuff, like avatars and stuff to my stream. I feel like personally it's a little bit distracting, and not that many people are watching or anything anyway, but I kind of like how I like the simple things. We do have little animation and stuff like that. Yeah, so for me personally, the avatars, I've thought about adding in coffee cups, but I have found that when I'm actually watching a streamer, I do get a little bit distracted. So we do have those, yeah, but they're not all the time. They're not all the time, right? Yeah, so the simplicity a lot of times I think it is nice until, things go off the rails a little bit. I have them just because they are like ADHD traps, yeah. That's fair. That is fair. I keep watching my webcam text move around. So you have your webcam text? I'd have to look at that on your stream. I don't know if I know exactly what you're referring to on your specific stream. That's not what I meant to do. Let's open up our Neanderthal. We're going to add in an animator here. Let's add a child known animation player. Then we'll add in an animation. Well, it was fun recreating Fullbox's bot in 3D. Fullbox has some really cool stuff that he does. Okay. So our animation here, let's add in a new animation. And this one is going to be idle. And it's going to be empty here. We're going to add another one. This one is going to be move. Like that. And then there's going to be one where we do an attack as well. It's hard, JD, keeping videos, tutorial videos are hard. Actually, I'm nothing wrong with tutorial videos. I've found making tutorial videos to be a ton of effort. So like I make them for my students, but they're super open-ended. I try to keep them super open-ended. I prefer like a full series that is part of a course over a tutorial video. And it could just be that I'm bad at tutorial videos, at like making them, but I just find that my personal taste on tutorials is I can't express all the things I want to express in them. Unreal Engine 5 is cruel. You zoom to get pixel perfect movement and you hit it and it's off by 20 centimeters. Interesting. Several quick hits. My goal is to have several quick hits. I don't understand, but that's okay. Next time I'm using math to do it. I'm gonna use math to do it instead. Yeah, okay. Let's add in, so this is gonna be our foot. Why didn't this add? Am I not on the right? Why did there not? There it goes. Foot. Left foot. Is this arm the whole thing? Yeah, the whole arm. Really, I'm not quite sure. This is where the arm should probably be just attached to the shoulders here. Similar to your mechanically challenged, I want several short tutorials that people can pick and choose specific things the way they want. Yeah, I like that. It turns out it's really hard to do that. I'm looking forward to seeing what you pull off. Tawny says, making good tutorials is a lot of effort indeed, and I have a specific software that I enjoy, ones that integrate code with visuals, and they take so long, even with libraries like motion cameras, and they take so long. Yeah, I personally just find that I have found that I learn best and that my students tend to learn best when they are forced to just do things without necessarily like very vague information, not vague, but some information that has like, here's a little bit to get you started, now play with those things to find it out. I learn best that way personally. D1C, welcome back. How you doing, friend? Congratulations on your number 18. Made a little card game intensive code. We made an Amiga game from 1988. Too slow to play now, of course, just FYI. Posted in your Discord. Thank you so much for sharing. The interesting part is the AI music. Strangely entertaining, primarily the end music when you clean up the board. I told Suno to make a medieval Celtic song about the old poem. Here's one of the songs. Yeah, Suno's really interesting. I have some really mixed feelings about AI generated music. I find it to be really... People keep saying like how great it is. I find AI generated music to be like pretty awful to listen to. There's so much weird noise. There's like what I'd call like noise, like artifacts in it that it drives me crazy. I have a lot of trouble listening to it. Freedom Forge Studios, welcome back to the stream. Whenever I learned to just mess around with it, where I always find out months later that a feature I decided to spend 7 hours making already exists. That's true too. With JD opens every stream with AI gen music. Yeah, I find it's really hard to listen to with all the weird artifacts in it. It sounds artificial, which I guess makes sense. It's because it's generated. This arm, I think I need to attach it to the shoulders. I'm realizing I want this to be a sub-child of that, and then my attack pivot should be a sub-child of the shoulders. So I want my shoulders to rotate. No, my shoulders to sort of rotate back and forth when we move. Yeah. So the shoulders rotate and then the arms sort of swing in and out on the move there. So we're going to do that. We're going to add in a transition for the shoulder rotation here. Thank you for the freedom. Okay. And right foot, left foot. Okay. So we're going to move forward here. We're going to put this in out our right foot and our left foot sort of move back and forth. Create a transition here. So our right foot will move forward. And this is going to ping pong back and forth. I have to set this to 0.5. Cool, it didn't actually get that in there. I changed something with the texture. It's weird. 0.5. Our right foot. Oh, it's because I hit the texture button. Position. So our right foot's going to come out like that. What is going on? Why? Right foot forward. Keyframe. There we go. So it should come forward. It's going to move back and forth. Set this to ping pong. Like that. So we get this little bit of an animation back and forth. And then our left foot should sort of be the inverse. Should be the inverse there. So our left foot needs to start forward. Like this. And then come back in like that. So they're going to alternate back and forth. So now we get the little bit of a walking animation from the top down like that. And then we want the shoulders. Let me make sure when I'm walking. Hang on. Walk naturally. Hang on. I'm trying to walk around naturally. Now I'm overthinking it. The shoulders sort of, when you're stepping forward, your shoulder sort of swings. It's like a counterbalance, it feels like. So we're going to have our shoulders rotate the opposite direction. So the shoulders should come back a little bit here. Let's go to -5. Set that in here. See if this looks right. And then this one will be +5. Is that right or is that backwards? That feels okay. And I want the arms to swing in and out as well. So they're sort of attached to the shoulders, but they're going to be swinging in and out as well. One thing I don't like is that the arms are drawing on top. So we need to move those back a layer. Maybe we do pull them out. That might be why I had them pulled out that way. Maxi, that's what I was doing that just a second. I was like, wait a minute, what's going like, but now my brain is like, I'm overthinking it, so I can't just walk. It looks really weird to me. Let's see, let's click all the way out here. Yeah, I'm also walking around like an idiot. Trying to make it, see if I got it right or not. Also, our hitbox should be inside. So this is something that I was told not to do. I want my hitbox to animate with it as well, but I'm not supposed to do that apparently, which can cause some issues. Or I was told not to do that, that it can cause weird issues if it's, maybe it was the scale. I really want to put my hitbox inside of my shoulders like this. But notice, I was told that it could cause some weirdness, but it might have been because I was doing scaling. So like I was changing the shape as an animation. So I was told that it, like from frame to frame, it might have weird behavior. I think it's fine. Until I run into an issue, I think I'm okay with it. Let me pull these out. Can I hide? Yeah, see how my arms are showing up on top? Can I pull these out here? Let's pull these out. All right. Does this just make it so I can't see it? Okay. And I'm gonna manually do my arms because I want them to like swing back and forth. And so they're gonna be attached at the shoulders. I'm gonna actually make them manually swing in and out here. All right, let's hide our hitboxes just momentarily. Okay. So I'm gonna make, it's definitely the case that when I step forward, I have a counterbalance. So my right arm should come forward. This will help me. This is going to help inform me here. And my left arm should come back. So my left arm here, my left arm should absolutely be sort of in a bit when I move that way. So I want my left arm to be in. Yeah. And then I didn't actually click the button properly. And then here it comes back out. There we go. So that is definitely correct. Distron, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Okay, now our right arm should be forward here. We'll go ahead and create a pivot for it. And then we'll move this up here. Not what I meant to do. Kind of move this back. We kind of need to swing out. We need to rotate out a little bit, I think, to make it feel correct. Yeah, so I need the arm to sort of swing over to the side a little bit. So I'm going to add in rotation on the attack pivot here as well. Also, Maxi, how's your trip going, folks? If you guys don't know, mostly Maxi. Great new streamer, one of the greatest streamers of our age. Getting started out streaming. You've been streaming for like 3-4 weeks, something like that. Maxi's doing awesome. Go give them some love. Maxi, how's your trip going? Are you enjoying it? Are you feeling like you're able to get away from that streaming addiction? I feel like taking a break is super useful to get away from the stream addiction a little bit. Slow down. You want me to slow down? Did I say too much? Did I say too much? One of the greatest streamers of our time, folks. Want this to come out like that when we're coming back. Go ahead and add that in, set the curve, and then we come up here. It's gonna swing in just a hair. Oh my goodness. Let's go to 0, -5. That's some nice ASCII art. There we go. There we go. I think we got an animation, folks. Got a little bit of an animation. Yeah, Maxi does a lot of Rust stuff, is what I've seen mostly. Doing Rust. It's a nice to take a breather. I'm so obsessed with working. I know, I'm a workaholic. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to be a workaholic. So we got our moving animation here now. Okay. Doing lots of Rust stuff and even more yapping, lots of talking. It's just a fun place to hang out, chat with people of like-mindedness. Rust development. I don't think, Maxi, you don't do any game dev, do you? I haven't seen any game dev. I'm assuming not. I feel like we've talked about this before. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and add in a animation tree now. That's definitely where I wanted to add it. Animation tree here. And our animation tree, use this animation player. And the tree root, we're going to create a state machine. And we're going to add in a move and an idle. Okay, so the move and the idle. Here, like that. We're going to start out, never tried game dev, gotcha. We're going to bring us into this. We start on idle. We'll have a transition between these two, just like that. This is exactly what we want. We're also going to set our animation tree to use the root node that we want, or where did we set this before? Root. I guess it was this. Let me look at my other animation player here. Okay. We got up, All right, it's going to be is moving. This one is going to be is not moving. And I think now that I have that set, there should be a way to specify. You're gonna play Factorio on stream? Factorio. Oh, thank you again. Thank you for my C sharp is showing. Is moving. My C sharp is showing. And this one will be is not moving. What's interesting here is moving. That's fascinating that it's getting from here. I want to change where this is coming from. Let me go look at what did I do on my player. My animation tree. Player animation. So it was under tree root animation, advanced expressions. Okay. So here it is. Advanced expressions. You want to set it here. This is where it's going to come from. I suppose I could add it directly to my animation tree as well. I don't know why I can't make this any wider. That's a little bit weird. But I'm going to create a new behavior here. Node. And I'm going to call this my Neanderthal animation behavior. And that is going to be what we listen to for our expressions. And I'm amazed. Is idle? Why are we on that? Oh, is moving. Super interesting. Okay. And we're going to create a script on our Neanderthal. Neanderthal animation behavior. And this is going to have our variable. And I really want to be let's make this a class name, Neanderthal animation behavior. Really might want a thing called a trigger, but that's okay. Export variable. I can't find any documentation about expressions except their definition. Tani, let me see if I can find it real quick. Is moving bool, and we made this a get, and it's gonna be based on. Let's go ahead and do our on ready body. God, which one of these? This is the character body 2D. Yeah. Character body 2D equals the owner. Var. Okay. And this is going to say if body, or we're going to return body and body.velocity is 0. Hate how small this editor is sometimes. This is my screen being small though. So this means that we're moving. Okay. Let's test out this animation. Let's go to our animation tree. If I were to go to my is moving, is not moving. We need a transition. So let's go ahead and make the transition here 0.5. And now on our animation behavior is moving. There we go. We can turn on and off I think this will make all of our Neanderthals animate. There they go. The animation's a little slower than I want. So we're gonna increase that there. Nurkmind! How we doing, friend? Happy Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. But yeah, they are moving. They are grooving. They're getting into the groove there. Let's increase the speed. I might want to increase it so that the feet are a little bit more exaggerated as well. So it's a little bit hard to see when we're zoomed out all the way. Let me go ahead and turn this on, and then we can play around with it. Because when we're zoomed out, it's a little, we do see it moving there, but it's a little bit hard. In our animation player, I'm gonna make it come down to 3 here. We'll make this 0.3, and let's take a look at it here. That's not bad. With it faster, you can see it a little bit more. How long have you been learning Godot? It's a good question. I have done 1 2-week project with it, and then I've worked on this a few days. So I want to say, and then I've dibbled and dabbled a little bit, but actually learning Godot, I would say maybe 30, 40 hours. Probably less than that. Very long, G says. Yeah, I wouldn't say super long. I think I've spent about 30 or 40 hours in the Godot editor. So not super long. Let's see what that looks like if we play. Yeah, they look all right. I do think we want to work. It's stuck on us. We got a guy stuck in us. That's interesting. Yeah, this is why I wanted the magnitude thing to be a little bit. I'm watching them here, just trying to make sure the animations are looking. You have that mug. I do have that mug. I really like. There's a lot of things I love about Godot. I'm gonna teach a class on Godot this coming school year. And so I'm excited to do that. And so this is part of my process of learning, okay, what do I want? What are the things that I want to teach about Godot? How can I use it to teach problem solving and critical thinking? So the big thing for me is critical thinking and problem solving skills. Right? And so the idea is to empower students. Godot has been super nice. Yeah, I really like it. So I really like the lightweightness of Godot. I do have complaints, but I think complaints come with any tool you use. There's a lot of complaints. Bungness, thank you so much for the follow. B-U-N-G-ness. Thank you for following me today. We got Bungness. Oh, Bungness. Thank you for following me. What a name. What a name. What are the things behind me? Those are board games. Those are there's also a teddy bear and a cup and a globe. But yeah, there's a lot of things behind me. There's also some workout equipment over there. But mostly board games. Bungness, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Let's add a commit here. Let's add a commit here to get this code added to GitHub. Commit feature implement Neanderthal movement animation. There we go. So our Neanderthal has a movement animation. You're almost there, JD. Sweet. Glad to hear it. All right. So what do I want to do next? We got a little bit of time left here. One thing I need to do, the collision, we need to add some collision layers here. The enemy shouldn't actually be a physical barrier for our player. We want to be able to move through them. In my head, you were a helix person. What is a helix person? I need to go get ready for work. Have a beautiful day, JD. Thank you so much for hanging out. I need advice for overlay redeem. Should I go OV do a thing or just do a thing? Probably just do a thing. Probably just do thing in Finitani. That would be my suggestion. I have found keeping them as simple as possible. I don't have that many redeems, to be honest. But yeah, good luck with your with work, JD. Congratulations again on the new job. I'm glad your power's back on. Okay. I need to add in some collision layers. Here is one thing. The editor you were sure about? Oh no, this is just the GD script editor. Yeah. No, I'm an Emacs person. I'm an Emacs person. Lately, for the school I work at, we use VS Code. So all of our classes use VS Code. So I mostly use VS Code, but I'm kind of an Emacs person. In my heart of hearts, Emacs is what I want to use when I'm doing stuff. But we're in Godot right now. Emacs, yeah. We got the max to it. That said, I thought about doing NeoVim recently. Yeah. In fact, yeah, I've done a lot in Emacs. For the longest time, back when I was doing Elm programming, I was the host. Emacs, he preferred, yeah. I think you never heard of Emacs? Emacs. The GNU editor, the GNU Emacs. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Emacs. I use it for most things. Or in the past, I used to use it for everything. In my previous job, when I was doing software engineering, I always just used Emacs. I used Emacs to do all my Java code. I used Emacs to do all my C# code for a long time. Yeah, it wasn't until I started working at a school where we used VS Code. Visual Studio Code was like the editor of choice at the school. I started learning VS Code. I find VS Code to be very cumbersome in many ways. And so I'm all into keybinds. And I think NeoVim would be a good alternative for me, but it's about having a consistency for students from class to class. So their students learn one of the reasons I like Visual Studio Code is it has the built-in terminal. They still can use the mouse, which is kind of important for a lot of students who aren't familiar with doing all kinds of keybinds yet. But learning the hotkeys, being consistent, and using as few plugins as we can in Visual Studio Code to make the process similar between them. Zed might be another option once I get a bit more maturity. VS Code is awful. I think it's fine for my students. Somehow managed to market itself as lightweight when it's quite different from I do think it's pretty hefty, especially once you start using it for lightweight. Let's see. What would need to be the term to make it lightweight, right? What define lightweight is the question. Can it just work out of the box? Do you need to install a bunch of stuff? I think it's more lightweight than Godot. As far as text editors go, it's heavy though. It's useful because so many extensions. Yeah, so I think once you start having lots and lots of extensions, it doesn't hog my RAM. VS Code, I don't think VS Code hogs my RAM all that bad. All of the things that it attaches to can. So when I'm doing C# code, it tends to get a little bit iffy. It tends to get a little bit iffy when I'm doing C# stuff. Okay. I was gonna work on layers. Yeah, so we need to get our layers working here. So we have our Neanderthal, we have our player. I'm bad at coding, but I'm willing to learn. Was only doing Duolingo for 3 years, Spanish and Chinese. I'm a little, sorry, I'm slightly confusing. So I think everyone, just so you know, Bung, everyone starts out terrible at coding. It's about as far from being human. It's one of the most non-human things we do. Is coding, and I think everyone starts at being terrible at coding at first, and it's all about slowly learning and getting sort of a programmer mindset, an algorithmic mindset, a problem-solving mindset to be able to do things effectively as a programmer. And then you have these cool tools like Godot and Game Maker. If you're wanting to make games, you have all these really cool tools that let you do a lot of stuff with very little code, but you still have to understand, have this problem-solving mindset of how things work together. You heard. Sorry, you could write assembly. Oh, Tawny, you're a god among men. A god among men. Let's pull this out. I didn't mean to put these together. If anything, the animation player should be inside the animation tree. So I don't want these to overlap. So here is one thing that I find tricky in Godot is the collision shapes. I do find the collision layers, not the collision shapes, but the ordering. Where is collision? The layers, I find this to be tricky. Layer name. So we're gonna go with player, body, enemy, body, and then we need, so there's like different layers here. We have player body, we got enemy body, we have enemy spacer. All right, so there's enemy, the player body is, yeah, you can name them. It's still a little bit tricky to use, and there's like some advanced settings and stuff you can do in here as well. You're just a computer. Tawny is just a computer. Or Maxi, are you a computer? I'm just computer. Like it still isn't like, if I hover, I think, yeah, we can see it here. So this is our player body. Let's see, can I remember what it is? Layer is what it is. Mask is what it collides with. Okay. Yeah. I need a projectile as well. Player projectile, like that. And there's like an enemy projectile. Enemy attack. So like there's these different colliders we have to, when it scans to hit, yeah. So I think this guy is just on the player body here. So it doesn't actually collide with our Neanderthal. Let's go to our Neanderthal here. This is what we use to keep the enemies from clumping together. So this is actually, so this is a little bit interesting here. Wolfric, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on this stack. Thank you for the hat. Thank you so much. I avoid player one on my projects to use it as a reminder to set them properly on new things since nothing works out of the box. Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that. I like that. Let's change this. I'm gonna move player body down here. Don't use. Let's call this one don't use. Or nothing. Nothing. I like that. All right, so this should be part of our, this should be an enemy spacer. So the spacer is saying don't let things overlap here. So enemies shouldn't overlap each other. Enemy body is going to be the actual thing that we're trying to hit. Okay. Put layers, one thing I tend to collide with the most, so I don't have to change the layer. If I was doing a platformer, I'd probably make it ground. Okay. These should collide with enemy spacers. So this is like the weird thing to me. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So I like 2D. There's like not a grid I can set to make these things say that all enemies' bodies should collide with all enemy bodies. Instead, I have to do, yeah. So instead, I have to, on each individual thing, say, hey, by the way, you happen to be this and that and the other, and you happen to collide with this, that, and the other. So I think there's a little bit more flexibility here, but I think it adds more complexity. I've been working on a little overworld map for my game, making a little save system to note which levels have been completed and whatnot. This is for your Giantess game, Distron. Okay. So we have this. So I think we should now be able to move through. Yeah, so we want to be able to traverse these guys, but they shouldn't. Let's see if we can clump them together. They should still overlap with each other. They also have like the exact same animation. So their animation speeds, we need to have those be offset a little bit. Hang on, are they? Maybe I need to make their. Might need. All right, so okay, they do still have that. I think I want to make their clump, their body slightly bigger, like this, and I'm gonna call this their enemy baser. What's interesting, I think that's okay. This is on this body. I think that's okay. I just don't want them to clump so close together. Could also make it thing so that they spawn a little bit faster. I could create a spawn. I could make them spawn so then we could see what they're like. There we go. Now that I see them like getting in each other's way a little bit more. Okay. Nice. Okay, I like that. I like that. That worked out okay, and now we can move through them. One thing I need to do next, or something that I need to add eventually, is we're gonna add in a little hit in their front if they detect the players. So see how they still move into it? They need to technically, when they get close, they're gonna stop and start their attack animation. Thank you so much, Chani, for hanging out. Have a beautiful day, my friend. We'll see you next time. Can you use physics system to push them aside rather than clipping through? So I could potentially do that. I want the player to be able to move through them. We could make it so that they get pushed away. And in the game, the other version I made, technically they're gonna stop and they'll attack the player. So I need to add in the code that makes them, when you're close, they stop and attack. And Zach, that's what I do when in my dash attack. That's what I was doing in my previous version. When I dash, it actually knocks them back. So as they come into contact with it, it calculates a direction and knocks them away. And so the dash attack will actually clear them out a little bit for us. Give me just a second, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I'm still recovering from being sick, so I'm having some uncomfortability. So we'll probably wrap up here a little bit early. I'll be back tomorrow. I want to make sure I don't lose my voice for Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I'm actually going to be streaming on the Godot Engine official channel. Let me get a link to it for you guys. Yeah, I need to make a command for Godot Engine official. But yeah, I'll be streaming on Godot Engine official on Wednesday. We're going to be doing we're going to be creating a project, a class assignment on that day for my class. So I'll be streaming on Godot Engine official. Be sure to click that follow button so you don't miss it. You can also join on the Discord. I'll be giving out notifications there, but we will be streaming on Wednesday on Godot Engine official. I'm super excited for that. So have you officially switched to Godot for your students? I'm going to teach one Godot class this year to give it a shot. See how we go. I want to be using officially switched, no, because there's a lot of things. So for what it's worth, in my classes, we do a bunch of different stuff. Godot is one of the new things that I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to be doing Godot stuff this year, so I'm super excited about that in general. Probably doing C#. We're going to be doing a little bit of GScript, doing a little bit of C#. I'm going to be doing visual scripting in Unity as well this year, so I'm excited about. There's several new things I'm trying. We're going to be doing a lot of Lua stuff in my classes. We are also going to be continuing doing C# as my main. The intro to programming class I teach is still going to be a C# class. I have found that works really well, so I don't want to change that core part of my curriculum. And so we'll probably still be using C# with Godot. I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'll be doing, but I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas on it. I do like GD script conceptually and the ease of use with it. So there's being fully integrated in the editor is something I really like, and having to switch between Visual Studio Code and Godot and having extensions is a little bit painful. So I need to still figure out what exactly is the end goal. So I do something called backwards design in my teaching as what is the purpose of the Godot class? What is the critical thinking that we're learning? What are the skills that we want to gain? And one of the challenges for me with using GD script is it is not a general purpose programming language. And so how do I get my students to learn general programming skills from using GD script? That's the challenge I run into. So I'm trying to find the balance with that for this upcoming class. And so we'll be experimenting a lot in this class. It'll be an experimental class. But yeah, we're gonna find someone to raid out to here. Yeah, C# is a general purpose programming language. You can use it for anything. Yeah, Maxie, that's the hard part for me. When I'm teaching my classes, I want to find a way to make it as general as possible. And most of my classes, students have to do a lot of programming. So even my Unity classes that involve programming, the students do programming outside of Unity and then bring it into Unity. So they observe the problem, they write the algorithm, they do those things and have that process set up separately. And so the one way I can get around this is make a class that is actually just a game dev class, but that takes away from my overall idea of curriculum of a programming first approach. So programming first, game dev secondary. Whereas if I'm doing game dev and programming as secondary, I feel a little bit weird about it. Tony, welcome in. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're gonna find someone to raid out to. Open to suggestions here. I like to raid new people from time to time. Let's see if we can find do we got anyone new out there in the software game dev world that we can find. Let's look at Low. I'm open to suggestions as well. Let's see. Let's make sure we're in English. Let's look up for Godot. The other day I saw a game dev class for over the summer and it taught Nest programming with modern tools, but still very interesting. That sounds super interesting. We could raid Godot Engine official. Revere is a good streamer. You're welcome, Maxi. Ryun 2K. I've never seen this person. We'll go give them some love. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.